going. Let's see. The title is good. Let's see about the video, why don't we? Oh, geez, look at that. And it's a, hold on. There we go. How's that sound? Perfect. It's got some echo. Got all types of stuff. So what's going on, people? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are chilling like villains. Making a killing sound. Oh god. That was almost bad. Ignore that. Yo. So. I've been watching a lot of videos and shit recently, right? And I'm no expert at making videos, so I do what I can. I do a little bit of editing, and I just try to put up some raw gameplay of, you know, of some decent gameplay across a bunch of variety of games. And I've recently been seeing shit on YouTube. It's just been, I've been seeing a lot of misinformation. Basically. Floating around YouTube recently. Like, I've been watching, I don't know, just like a bunch of different videos just to kind of get a feel for if I've been missing anything or, like, you know, what people might want to see. And as someone who's been around the block a couple times, you'll notice the 411 level. Like, that's not like glitching or anything. Like, I actually know a little bit about this stuff, people, and I figured I would like make my own little video and just try to give you all the 411 if you didn't know what the best ways to make money are in this, like especially if you didn't have everything already and you're really thinking about how best to spend your cash. So I guess it's just a couple of random tips and tricks. First and foremost, I'd say it's good to have kind of like a general area of the map where you're gonna want to like keep everything like nearby. Like right in the span of my office right here, I've got my Coke business, I've got my motorcycle club warehouse, I've got my Eclipse Towers, 2 apartments, my medium warehouse from Argo stuff anymore. And my Coke business is like right across the street right here when it shows up. And then my hangar and my bunker are up here. It's good to have all that shit right next to one another so that ideally you can just travel north and then travel south. Like so already it's like the fucking making money in this game is confusing. So here's the gist, basically. The new content's fucking sweet. The hangar stuff is really fucking dope. It makes a decent amount of cash. But I'll explain more on that later. But essentially, you cannot do that shit when you really don't want to do it by yourself, because no matter what, the mission is going to be the same difficulty. You're either just going to get 1, 2, 3, or 4 crates. And all the missions are about the same difficulty. And you can do 7 missions in a row and you'll have 7 crates worth 10 grand each. Or you can do 7 missions in a row and you'll have 28 crates. And you could sell all that shit for a bonus if you do. But again, I'll show that to you later. If you want to make money solo, your vehicle warehouse is going to be what you should do, honestly. This right here, you can do, like, the cheapest one, by the way, is right here. It's not that far away from the office, and there are some that are like maybe a little closer, but unless you have a bunch of cash, like 2.7 million is a lot of money, and you do not want to go down here where you're gonna have to like drive off of the bridge every time. Like, that's atrocious. You want this one. It's right off the highway. It's the cheapest thing. Once you get it, A lot of people don't necessarily know this, but watch this. Watch. I'm solo, so I'm gonna load up a vehicle cargo mission. I'm 80% full, right? I'm gonna source a vehicle. It's most likely gonna be top range. See? And you're wondering, how is it top range? Like, isn't it random? Well, it's actually not. If you go, if you fill up your warehouse with about like 8 or 9 or 10 standard range cars and about 10 mid-range cars, whenever you source a car, it's gonna want to try to balance out your warehouse. So it's gonna try to give you 10 top range cars before it starts becoming random
Details should be with you on this
or maybe not 10, maybe like 8 or whatever. But long story short, if you fill up like 60% with like standard and mid-range, 65%, you'll pretty much source nothing but top range. And then you can sell all of your top range cars, and you will get, you'll keep sourcing top range. You'll get 6 more top range, and so on and so forth. It's actually really, really dope, because even if you're by yourself, you could just like steal a car, sell it, get 100,000, steal a car, get it, sell it. Like, because the countdown, the cooldown for selling cars is real low. Or you could, you know, source a couple of cars and then sell it with your boys. But this vehicle warehouses, it costs about 1.5 to buy that, and you have to be a CEO, which means you're gonna have to spend about another 1.5 million if you want to for that privilege. But being a CEO in itself is one of the most valuable things you can do in the game, because you can like just spawn a buzzard right next to you as if it were like a cheat code. God, I really hope this chat just doesn't turn and fucking light me up. I don't know who that is. Assuming this guy doesn't just fucking wreck me for fun. This is the easiest way to just make 100K every like 12 minutes, basically. Actually, probably not the easiest way, but the most efficient way to spend your time. Because as far as gun running and drugs go, people, that's a whole different ball game. Oh. So I pretty much explained the vehicle warehouse shit. Gun running is amazing. Oh fuck, they're shooting me. Oh fuck. Oh boy, this is bad. Gun running and drug running are both pretty awesome. Honestly, the MT Club drug running shit is like a worse version of gun running, the bunker shit. If you're new to this game and you really don't have anything, I guess it really is up to you which business you should buy first. Either one of them you can make your money back in relatively short amount of time. What's cool about the gun running stuff and the drug stuff, if you buy the supplies, it's like a numbers game. Like, you still make a profit. So you don't have to necessarily spend any time doing missions that you don't, if you want to just be as time efficient as possible. Oh shit. Hello, people. Hopefully there's no bomb in here. Okay. Look at that. It's nice and clean looking. Minimal damage. So you can buy a gun running shit or a drug run, like any of the motorcycle club businesses, and pretty much you don't even have to spend any time resupplying them if you have the cash to buy your resupplies. That being said, if either of those businesses fills up more than halfway with cargo, you're gonna need oh, this is about to be fucked. If either of those businesses fill up more than halfway with cargo, you're gonna need your friends to help you sell it, or you're gonna need an empty lobby to sell these things. So, you know, I mean, vehicle warehouses are pretty cool because most of the time you can drive to and from wherever you're going before anyone fucks with you. I can't remember if a buzzard locks on or not, but Vehicle warehouse work you can do solo or with friends. The new hangars, as cool as they are really only profitable with friends. And the gun running is super profitable. You can spend $75,000 twice and you'll get like $500,000 like return. So definitely try to do that, honestly. Yeah, this is not concise at all, but I hope somewhere in this rambling you found some kind of useful pointer. Another thing, if there's a lot of like renovations that you can do to various businesses, and it's like to your gun running bunker and all that stuff. If you're looking to get a gun locker, which allows you to like customize your loadout, one of the coolest things you can do is probably add the gun locker to your bunker, your underground bunker for gun running. It's $175,000 there, which is a lot cheaper than like the 500 grand it is to put it in your office, or like the 300, 400 grand it is to put it in your MC warehouse. So like I bought the one in my office, but that's before gun running even came out. So, you know, look out for sales every Tuesday. They're always selling some shit on sale. Like this week, they've got the half track 25% off. They've got the Itali Jeep, whatever that new sweet car is on Benny's workshop. They've got all types of stuff 25% off. Like, there's ways to save money. I mean, a buzzard is a must-have in this game if you don't have it. A cargo bob is really useful for this because, as you can see, I can just fly to and from, which is really nice in an open lobby. Not so nice when you're, yeah, not so nice when there's people around because you're a real easy, big, fat, stupid target.
Okay, that's on the books at your...
Thank you, assistant lady. Thank you, Cheryl. So I'm gonna run inside real quick just to show y'all what I mean about the vehicle warehouse. I'm just gonna kind of go over everything again so I can like put a timestamp on it. But yeah, essentially, oh, look at this pretty warehouse. I did not spend much to renovate it. I didn't put anything on the walls. I didn't do anything extra. I just bought the 1.5 million warehouse because, you know, fuck it. Got a cool little room downstairs, but all it has is a phantom wedge in it. So check it. It's pretty full. There's all types of shit all around. Most of these cars are wrapped up because they've been here so long. But you'll notice a lot of the cars that aren't wrapped up are top range cars or mid range. But here you go, check it. So, when you do this business, which is arguably the most profitable thing you can do in this game, Jesus Christ. I've got that many standard range? Okay, well, you know, I didn't realize it was that full. Okay, so, you know, you can have 40 cars total. As you can see here, I guess. Let's see, that's 12, 15 standard range, and then 12 mid-range is 27. So that's about 67% full of standard and mid-range. And pretty much every time, I'm pretty sure like if I went and sourced another like 2 cars, they would both be top range. But like if I sell off all 6 of these, there's no doubt the next 6 cars I source are pretty much all going to be top range, like 95% of the time. Occasionally it throws a mid-range your way, but like it's pretty much just an easy way to stack money. You know, honestly, I'm just gonna sell one off real quick because then I'll be real close to my bunker, and I can run over there and show you all that. When I'm in my cell, when you're in it, by the way, quick tip about the vehicle, quick tip about these kind of these kinds of jobs. if you're lucky enough to find yourself in a public solo lobby, which is by far the best place to sell these kinds of things, or a lobby, at least a lobby where you have, where you're friends with everyone involved in it.
I can still work a spray can.
Alright, hold on, let me rephrase that. Basically, if you're in a lobby by yourself,
Looking good.
like a public lobby by yourself or only with friends who are all in your organization, AI are going to come attack you and shoot up your car while you're trying to drive if no other enemies are in the session. If even one other person is a rival MC club guy or a rival CEO, alright, I don't even think they have to be anything, but as long as there's at least one other person in your session, then there will not
after what
be
we put into
anyone
this one,
fucking
we don't
with
want
you,
it to go wrong.
shooting you
Take
on the
the car
ground.
to the sale, and if another crew comes after it,
But
do
if you're by
everything you
yourself,
can to
cars
stop
will
them.
shoot you on the ground, and in that situation, it's completely ideal to have a cargo mob, because then you can just leave your car within a block radius of your business, and if you leave your car there, none of the AIs will spawn as you go to get your cargo bob, and then you can fly it back and pick up your car and safely lift it above all of the enemy AI who would shoot you up. Right now, I'm not doing the cargo bob thing because I have no clue what yellow dot over there wants to do. He might be feeling frisky and he might want to fuck my day up with a launcher or something. So I'm going to try to drive as fast as I can because I don't think he can beat me, or at least I don't think he can catch me if I'm just hauling ass and not trying to fight him. I don't know if buzzards lock onto this, but I feel good enough in this lobby selling this one off. And even if I lose it, you know, whatever, it's 100 grand. But, yeah, this business right here, if you don't own one, is kind of, like, very profitable. I mean, I do spend 20 grand for every exotic car I upgrade, so really it's an 80 grand profit. But if you have 3 boys in here, you're spending, what, 80K, and you're coming back with 400, so you're making 320 net profit every time. If you do that while you're buying resupplies for your other 2 businesses, by the time you do a couple rounds, both your businesses are ready to sell, you can make about $1 million in a day once you have everything up and running. Like, I'm sorry, you can make like 4 million in a day if you really work hard at it, but that's like a full day. Like if you're playing for a couple hours, you can make like $1 million and be pretty much on your way. Oh shit, okay, hold up. Alright. So yeah, that's vehicle warehouses. Those are pretty goddamn sweet. I'd say they're the most profitable. I mean, you saw I made $22 million legitly off of them. A lot of that was thanks to last week. These are just double cash payouts, so there was 200K per car instead of 100K, which is super fucking dope. I tell you what. Oh shit. Okay. But yeah, just me solo. Oh boy. Making a quick 100K in this small lobby. And I fucking also, not to mention, I don't know if you don't own this business or not, but the music that plays for these missions is some of the fucking hardest music in the whole game, dude. It's so tough, some of that shit. But anywho, oh shit, almost there. And also, another cool thing about this this business is that it allows you to really like play around with all the different paint jobs that you want without having to spend 20K to see what a paint job looks like. So, if you're someone who likes pimping out cars, that could be for you. And like I said, the cargo bob, if you want to fly it to and from, just be careful with enemy players because it makes you a big slow target unless you're super high altitude. In which case, you better hope they don't have an explosive sniper, but go for it. Now, just for a visual, I'm going to go over to the hangar real quick. But I already kind of briefly touched upon
Well
it.
done out there. The money's in the bank.
But the hangar is fucking confusing as shit. For those who don't know. You're about to learn. You're about to learn today, boy. about to learn what this long... No, I'm kidding. I'm sure you Kevin Hart fans might know where that was heading, but... You wanna learn where there's a long dick? I couldn't help myself. Okay. So, as far as the hangars go, there are 5 of them. There are 2 in the airport. There's 3 over here. Honestly, the main difference between the big hangar and the little hangar, apart from the 1.1 or 1.3 million dollar difference, and then the 7 one over there too, is the size. So when you're coming and doing resupply missions, you can just fly over this big stupid hangar and push right on the D-pad, and you have a lot more surface space than if you're coming in on that small stupid hangar with a plane. That's probably the one upside of spending that extra million. Personally, it's not that big a deal to me. Once you are over here with supplies, even if you miss it by a little bit, your friends are here normally to pick it up real quick. But yeah, that's about the only major difference as far as the 3 in the hangar. As far as the 2 down in Los Santos or whatever, I saw some tips about people saying you should definitely buy a hangar down in the airport over here. I mean, to each their own. I think this will be less populated than up there, which is why some of the guys on YouTube said that it would definitely be the better move. But when you have a hangar in the air, when you have a hangar up here, it allows you to come into the air it allows you to come in here, first of all, without being wanted. So if no one else has a bunker in here, then they can't come in here. There's free lasers right outside at all times, pretty much. So you basically own a laser now. I mean, I don't know. I think it's fucking dope. I love the army base, and I love being able to go inside and drive in and fly right next to it, being that my bunker's right there. But yeah, it's time to tackle hangars and how they work, because if you are confused, you would be forgiven for being confused, because it's fucking a whole confusing thing. God, I love my fucking vehicles, though. God damn it, I love these vehicles. Anywho. You know what? Real quick, I'm just gonna change this, because I feel like I never see my golden buzzard, and that's one of my favorite vehicles. Oh, by the way, little fun fact. You'll notice I have purple lighting, right? And if you had your own bunker or your own hangar, you might be like, wait a minute. There's only those couple types of light. There's only 2 types of lighting. What gives? Well, I didn't actually know this until I saw a video from this lady. I forget her name, but she was pretty dope on YouTube. Essentially, when you have one of the last 3 hangar styles, then the lighting, you have 4 options instead of just 1. You can do green, or cherry red, or purple like I have. Honestly, I've thought about checking the green out, but some of your boys might not know that. If you it works with all 3 of these different styles. Honestly, this style is kind of black. I mean, there's interior design videos you can look up, but yeah, if you didn't notice, these first 6 only have 2 lighting options, and the last 3 styles have multiple lighting options. Yeah. Little fun fact, people. Look at it. So fucking pretty. And when you buy the last floor design on the renovation page, you get this light blue tint in addition to the gray and the white and black. So you get a little color on the floor. I don't know. I like this little design. I'm blocking on this man's name over here, but this guy's the shit.
All right, boss. I see that aircraft sitting there with so much unrealized potential. You want me to modify it?
All right. I got distracted. Let's move this buzzard, like I said I would. Let's move that. Right there. Yeah. That's good. Fuck, I love this golden buzzard, man. It reminds me of like Yusuf Amir, you know? I don't know, shout out to GTA 4. Any of you guys who ever played Ballad of Gay Tony? Guys or girls. Trying to be political, whatever. Alright. So, these are the hangars. Now, by the way, real quick, if you didn't know, push X, boom, it's activated. Then you want to take it off. Oh, you push right on the D-pad and hold it. Now you can flip that bitch on and off. Look at that. You can use it with any type of gun. Just be careful, you can't really see walls too well. Or like surfaces they're hiding behind. Anywho, so say you've recently bought a hangar. You would be forgiven if you didn't know what the fuck was going on with this business and how best to utilize it. As you can see, I've made a little bit of cash. I've sold twice. I don't know what all this is. Apparently I failed a sale once. I don't remember that. Okay. So there's 8 different types of materials here. Now when I first started doing this, I had no clue what the difference was. I figured, like, fuck it, I'll just source a bunch of different ones. You know, whatever. Turns out, depending on the material, you get a bonus for when you get multiples of the same type of material. When I first started, I just did jewelry and gemstones. Nothing but jewelry and gemstones. And when I hit 10, I got a 12% bonus. So instead of 100,000 for 10, it was 112,000. And so on and so forth till I hit 20. And I got a 24% bonus. And it was 224,000. Or 48,000, I guess. Yeah, 248,000 for 20. And then when I hit 30, it was a 36% bonus. And then when you hit 40, I imagine it was a 48% bonus until finally you hit 50 and it's a 60% bonus. Which means 50 plus a 60% bonus would sell for 700,000. No, 800,000. Yeah, that'd sell for 800,000 if you got 50 of the same type of crate. Which is pretty good, but 50 is a lot. And I was thinking that all of them would probably have that little bonus. Until I started sourcing everything but medical supplies. And I got 10 out of 50 and I had no bonus. And I waited and I got more and I got 20 out of 50 and I had no bonus. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? But it wasn't until I got 25 that I got a 35% bonus. So depending on the type of material you source, you get a different bonus as you get more and more of the same material. And remember, this business is only worth it with friends. Because no matter what, if you source one fucking crate or 5 or 4 crates, the mission's going to be about the same difficulty. So if you do 7 missions in a row and you're by yourself, you'll have 7 out of 50 crates. But if you do 7 missions with your friends, switching off, doing some of their missions too, you'll all have 28 instead of 7. So get 3 friends together if you want to do this type of work. But it is fun. It allows you to play with the new vehicles and all that shit. Finally, I'm gonna run over to the bunker real quick, but yeah, if you're trying to make cash, first and foremost, I'd say the vehicle warehouse is probably the best bet. But the gun running bunker is a close honestly, you could really go with the gun running bunker or the vehicle warehouse. It's really up to you. My only advice as far as the gun running bunker goes, let's get over there before I dive into it too much. But essentially, you need friends to do the gun running bunker, like, once it gets past like 2/3 full. Or like halfway full. I don't know. The luckiest I've ever gotten is when I've sold a bunker once that was about like it was worth like 550,000, and it gave me one phantom wedge that I had to drive to the city. And that was a blessing, because when you sell things, it's random. So if you're by yourself and you have a fucking bunker that's worth 600,000 and you go to sell it and the game doesn't like you, it could give you 4 ATVs to try to deliver in 15 minutes. Or it can give you 3 Merryweather insurgents that all have to be at the location before a Merryweather army attacks you, and then you have to do that 5 different locations. Like, some of the missions are absolutely fucked if you don't have friends. So if you're solo doing gun running stuff, my advice would be to sell right around here. Because chances are it'll be 1, maybe 2 vehicles, and if you have a decent lobby, you'll have time to go do your vehicle and then bring the other one to you. If you go to sell a gun running bunker shipment and you can't, it's like a shitty one, it's like 3 ATVs and you have 15 minutes, honestly, save yourself a headache. Don't try to do that. Just, I don't know. If you don't have friends helping, I wouldn't bother trying to do that, because it will, you'll probably end up losing like a 30-year product. So I would just quit the game and try to reload into a session. If you have a friend in the session, that's the best. Hopefully he would be helping you in the first place, but if he's not, you can just join back in on him afterwards, after you've quit, and then you still have access to the nice session. As you can see, I've got 5 people in my session. I feel pretty good about selling stuff here. Like, I'd probably sell my bunker if I was so inclined, but I know I have friends online who I'm about to go link up with who are down to help me sell it once it gets a little fatter. So, yeah, literally just buy resupplies and it just stocks up. I've bought like 1.5 resupplies, and this is worth like 300,000. So, yeah, Jesus. I figured this would be a quick video, but it's a 33-minute video, so, you know, fuck it. I might as well just go over to the MC warehouse while we're on the video, but, I hope somewhere buried in this you found some kind of information you might not have known. As far as I've found, I've never made that much cash selling, I've never made that much cash selling or destroying other people's shit. I think I've like destroyed other people's stuff like a couple times. It's never really worth it, and it just creates enemies in a server. So I do my best just to try to leave people alone. Oh, one last tip about selling the bunker. If you are a motorcycle club president instead of a SecuroServe guy, for the first successful sale of the day, each of your prospects will get a 35K bonus. I'm not positive about this, but I'm like 90, like we tested it the other day and I got 35K on the first run, and then a couple of my boys did, but then that didn't seem to happen for every single heist, or for every single bunker sell. That didn't seem to happen. So I know it happens at least, I'm pretty sure, for the first one of the day. So if you want to give your friends a little bonus, then go ahead and do that. But otherwise, I would recommend just being a SecuroServe guy when you're doing that kind of shit, because Worst comes to worst, it's always nice to have a buzzard you can just spawn. Pigeon boys. It's the pigeon. There's a spider, spider, spider. It's deep in my soul. So. Okay. Motorcycle club. This right here is a solid number 3 option as far as stacking cash and just like having like profitable shit in GTA Online. There's like, honestly, look up other videos that describe it more in depth, but each of the businesses has various little nuances that make them different. But what I really enjoy about the Coke, apart from it being the most profitable, it sells for 420 when it's maxed out with products, and it takes about 2 resupplies at 75k each to get there. So you're netting about 250 profit every time without actually doing any work. Obviously, if you do the resupply missions yourself, you will be entirely in the profit. But I like to think of it as spending 75k to avoid doing 4 missions. I don't know. Take that for what you will. It's just a numbers game though, and if you spend money on this and on the gun running while doing vehicle stuff, you're constantly netting a profit. If I was solo for the day, I had no friends, I would sell right around here. Because, especially for the motorcycle club, pretty much for every product bar, it's going to give you a vehicle. I've found, I mean, sometimes you get lucky with this. One time, only once, I've gotten a big truck for like 4 bars worth of shipments, but almost always it's like 2 bikes, 3 bikes, or 3 garbage trucks. And looks like gun running shipments being fucked with, so yellow man over there, see, he, I feel like if I flew a cargo bob by him earlier, he would have fucked with me, but you know, what are you gonna do? So there you go, people. That's my my little take on each of the businesses. I know that Coke is the most profitable. For all of the businesses, you're gonna need a decent penny. I would say go for the vehicle warehouse to begin with, because the vehicle warehouse costs 1.5 million, and you don't have to spend any additional money on upgrades. Like, you think, like, these are expensive as fuck for cocaine, and cocaine is not super profitable. Like, I had to drop like 1.7 on this building plus another like 1.7 on all this stuff. Like, it's expensive. And it's not that profitable compared to the vehicle warehouse, but it's fun when you have extra cash, because once you do, it literally just stacks even more extra cash for you. Same thing with the bunker, like the upgrades, there's like 1.1 million for the equipment upgrade, like 400,000 for the staff upgrade, and however much for security. So bunkers are really cool too, but they cost a whole bunch of money too. So if you're just starting out and you want to make cash and you want to get into this yourself, I'd say buy yourself a buzzard. Oh, I guess you need an office if you want to do the vehicle warehouse. Pretty much no matter what, you're going to need about 3 or 4 million to set yourself up with some kind of business. I would recommend buying yourself the absolute cheapest office you can get, which I bought it when it was on sale. Some weeks they're on sale, some weeks they're not. Every Tuesday is when that new round of sales comes out, so check the rockstar.com/newswire if you want to see any of the latest updates about that, what's on sale for the current week. It's kind of like Destiny, where every week there's an update and there's new shit on sale and there's new stuff. This is the cheapest office. This shit is 3.1 million. This shit is 2. Well, that I thought that was 4 million. I don't remember that being so cheap. And this is 4 million, which I also remember that being like 8 million. I thought those were both more expensive, but what are you gonna do? This is the cheapest one. I think it's like 1 point something million. I have a gun locker and a safe. I would not recommend either if you want to save cash. Just wait to buy a gun locker until you're in a bunker. And the safe does literally nothing. But the accommodations are what allow you to make that a spawn location. And a spawn location is really dope because a spawn location, if I didn't care about this lobby and I wanted to go resupply my bunker, I could just go and change my location to my bunker because I have the bedroom like renovation attachment. Same thing with the hangar. If you don't buy the attaching bedroom, you don't have the spawn location, which allows you to spawn there, which is kind of sweet. At least I enjoy it. But yeah, if I were you, I would, if you're starting off and you're looking to start making like a lot of like real cash, having boys that help makes it easier for sure. But the first thing I would do would be to buy the cheapest office you can buy. Ignore the gun locker. The regular fucking one looks fine. I think it looks fine. I mean, some people do the power renovation, but it's like another extra like $1 million, or it could be. Or, I don't know. It's expensive. It's money you don't need to spend right now if money's tight. If money is no object, go nuts. Buy an office, pimp it the fuck out. Get yourself a buzzard if you don't have one, because like being able to fucking like at a moment's notice, like just spawn a buzzard and fucking use it. Oh, like it's amazing. It's like a cheat code. And then once you have that office, hack some cash how you can. Honestly, the double RP, double cash setups, like for the week, like always pay decent amounts. Like if you play Motor Wars this week and you win, like you get like 98k or 90k per match for like having Hunger Games style matches. But yeah, look at that. Buzzard right there, like a cheat code when you and when you own a buzzard. And even if you don't own a buzzard, you can pay however much and just buy one, assuming, you know. Although I don't know why this is locked. Who's to say? Who's to say, people? And a havoc. Huh. Yeah. Being able to do that is just kind of really, really nice. Because honestly, if you're gonna buy the bunker, you should buy the renovations to the bunker, which are like another 1 point something million, and then you need the mobile ops center to do the missions. And I mean, I guess you don't need the mobile ops center necessarily to do the missions. You need it to do the missions on the mobile ops center, but you don't need it to resupply your own bunker, I don't think. But all that shit's expensive, man. So
Hello. Bye.
to get to a point like where you can make like $1 million in a day with like 2 hours worth of work, you gotta do a little bit of grinding for sure. But you know, I mean, this right here, if you're buying an office, let me tell you, can probably go without. Also, you pay your bunker and utility like $9,400 a day, so none of this leaving yourself with $600 shit. Although I guess I don't really know what happens if you I never leave myself with less than 300k. All right, people. So that is my take on it. Oh, also, if one little nice last tip I can leave you with, if you have a laptop, if you like, I mean, obviously there's like YouTube videos, you can fuck around, watch other stuff. Oh, by the way, special cargo is fucking garbage. Like, don't ever buy any of these fucking warehouses. Don't waste your time fucking storing up, and because it takes fucking forever. It takes fucking forever. Jesus Christ. Do not buy these. It costs money to find crates, and then it takes forever to fill up the warehouse. It's just obsolete nowadays. This shit's fucking awesome. It's fun. It unlocks the trade car prices, and you, for every like 4 vehicles you source, you unlock a new trade card price, starting with like 20, 24, 28, or I don't know. Something like once you do 32 cars sourced, you unlock the Ruiner mission, which is a really fun mission if you've never played it. Basically, bomb Fort Zancudo. Oh, right. So the final last tip I want to leave you all with. By the way, check it out. Even though I already have 6, top range. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm gonna go do that in a minute. I'm gonna link up with my dudes. But yeah, one last little tip, if you want to, like, you saw how I bought supplies for my Coke business, and LJT, there he is. He just hit me up, said they just arrived. Same thing with the gun running. I used to just resupply them in missions, and it'd take up a decent chunk of time, but now, like, I'll just buy those resupplies and do that. Say you you buy those supplies and you just kind of want to let them translate to cash, but you don't really have anything to do in the game worlds necessarily. You'd ideally watch YouTube and like fuck around on your laptop for a little while that turned into cash. Now, if you leave your character idle for 15 minutes, the game will kick you out of the server. But a lot of people don't know this, and this is a helpful little trick that me and my boys realized. If you're watching TV, it counts as an act. Like, it counts as a physical act of doing something. So you turn the TV on, and you're in your office, or you're in your yacht, or wherever, your apartment, and you're watching TV, like physically on the watch icon, and then it's turned on, it counts as you doing something. So you can leave your controller on the table, you can fuck around on your laptop, your controller can turn off, and you're like, it'll keep you in the lobby for a while, like upwards of like an hour even, if you don't have your Xbox set to turn off. So yeah, if you want to just resupply your bunker and your drug business, you can literally just go and watch TV, and the game will treat it as if it's an activity. And you can leave your shit and just go on and fuck around on your laptop and come back an hour later, and your shit will be close to being ready to sell, or at least being ready for a new resupply run. I was gonna end it there, but fuck it. I mean, I guess I'll just run and do a quick vehicle source just to show y'all how easy it can be with this cargo bob. But when you're by yourself, man, like, few businesses pay as well as this does.
This car's
See, stunt in a movie, Vinewood sign. It's like right here. Like, I know it's gonna be top range because I fill up the thing with standard and mid range, and it's a quick 100K, honestly, for like, I mean, there's like 3-4 minutes worth of work here, then another 3-4 minutes worth of work when you deliver it. Quick little tip about the vehicle sourcing missions. For cars like this that are on like stunt jumps, or for cars that have bombs in them, if you nudge them slightly with a car that's not part of the oh shit, what's up, Cube? Sure. I don't even know, but sure. If you there you go. Boom. Look at that. Got you, Cube. If you nudge them slightly, just a little bit, they will, like, whatever bomb is in them will be disabled, and whatever boost will be disabled as well. Now for the boosts, like right here, I'm not gonna have to nudge it at all. I'll just be able to pick it up with the cargo bob. But if there's a car that's like in a garage and you know for a fact that there's probably a fucking bomb on it because you've done that mission before, if you nudge it with a car, it will disactivate the bomb. And that's actually super fucking nice because then you can just drive right outside. Oh, hello, boys. Oh, you guys are just hanging out, huh? That's cool. That's real sweet. It's real fun stuff. Oh no, that's so unfortunate for you guys. Okay, shit. I better hurry. Another fun fact, if you didn't know this, on all the vehicle missions where cops are involved, it's fucking easy. All you gotta do is just call Lester, and he will literally get them off of you for like $600 as opposed to however much it costs to do like the bribe authorities thing. It's 200 for every star. So you got 1 star, it's 200, 2 stars, 400, and so on, up to 5 stars being 1,000. Which, you know, $1,000 to remove 5 stars, pretty fucking sick, honestly. Just kind of ease it in. Now getting this hook right takes some practice, let me tell you. Yeah, she's like, do not jump. Now I have 2 people in this lobby, and neither of them are in front of me, so I'm chilling like a villain. They do have shady security. Those guys are pretty fucking good, so I try to haul ass. Honestly, like, they'll fuck your day up if you don't start moving. Any job where you're going off, offshore, so, you know, to like cargo bob, lift it out of there. Like, first off, if you don't kill the guys who are offshore, they'll fuck your cargo bob up when you're trying to pick the thing up, unless you're like perfect with it. If you do go off, like, but every time you go offshore, no matter what, 2 buzzards are gonna come at you, and they're gonna come at you pretty fucking hard. Like, so you gotta fly your ass out of there if it's ever an offshore lift out. Q, no, I've been on since fucking pretty much since it came out, man. I'm 411, like, legitly. Like, I mean, I've left and gone back to other stuff, but like, I fucking dig this game real hard, man. Been on since 360, and yeah, if you fly your little guy right in there, you don't have to even like land it right on there. You just get close enough, and it'll trigger a cutscene. But yeah, Cube, I've been on for a minute, and I don't know if you got your own account, but me and my dudes are always stacking cash, doing hanger shit.
If you want to source another vehicle, come by
we're
the
always
office.
down to have dope dudes willing to help out, so feel free to hit me up, add me on there. I'm actually about to go make some money right now. I might stream that, but I'm gonna... Yeah, dude, we help each other out. Like, we all do runs, we all do hanger shit. I don't know if you got a hanger yet, but if you got like a bunker to sell, like, we try to do it like on turns. So like, I'll try to do a hanger resupply, then my dude will do one, then you would do one, then like my other dude would, and then I'd do one. It would be like, we do like in rounds of 4 or 3 or 2, depending on how many people. But yeah, man, like, add me up. I'm gonna end this video now. I'll probably start up another one, but yeah, y'all. Hope some of y'all got some kind of tips or some kind of shit that you did not know prior to this, because I've seen a lot of shit. Like, I saw one video talking about the hangers, like, you should only buy like counterfeit goods or animal materials because those are the only ones that make money. Fuck that noise. The top left 3: medical supplies, chemicals, drugs. Once they get 25, give you a 35% bonus. So literally do that shit with your boys a couple times, sell that shit, you make like 400K. I'm out. Cube, add me up. I'm about to start some shit.